Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Should You Make It? This is a virtual collab with Parker Spears. I met Parker through Carrie Blaze, my first virtual collab that I did. If you haven't seen or know who Carrie Blaze is, she's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful person. And I will leave her link to her channel in my description box below. Make sure to go over, check her out, and subscribe to her. Parker he is so beautiful, such a beautiful person. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, his complexion, Parker, I don't know how you have the most beautiful porcelain doll-like skin. Your eyebrows are beautiful, your eyelashes are stunning. He is very calm, very soothing to listen to. His food is absolutely incredible that he eats, oh my gosh. And his background, oh my gosh. Parker, you absolutely live in a beautiful apartment home. I love your lights in the background. Your ambiance behind you is wonderful. I love what you do with whatever is behind you. I love it. He is such a sweetheart. Like Carrie Blaze, I was watching one of his videos and I said, oh my gosh, we should collab. And he jumped all over it. And I have to tell you guys, when I, just suggest to the a mukbanger, hey, I'd like to collab with you, and they say, oh my gosh, yes, I get so excited that they would like to collab with me because I'm not part of the mukbang community, and for them to go out of their way to collab with me is something very special. And so I can't thank you enough, Parker, to want to collab with me. It means a lot to me. And you are just so sweet. You have been amazing. You have been so supportive. And I can't thank you for doing this with me and for picking an amazing recipe. I am super excited to do this easy taco casserole. I found this one on Pinterest, and it's from The Cozy Cook. Super cute name, by the way. And it looks incredible, and I'm super excited to do this, and I'm super excited for you to taste this. I can't wait. So we are going to jump over here. As always, we're going to get into the ingredients and the utensils. And this one, you guys, as the title says, easy taco casserole, and by all of this, it is just going to be super easy. And another good thing is you can prep this, stick it in the fridge in the morning or the night before, and come home and stick it in the oven. So I am super excited about that. So we're going to come over here and we are just going to hop into this and we're going to see how this turns out. Okay, over here I have, it's a aluminum 9x13 pan, and the reason why I'm using an aluminum one in this one instead of a standard 9x13 is because with this recipe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making this and taking it over to a friend. And some of you might be asking, well, why isn't your husband eating some of the stuff you make? Well, it's because some of these recipes that I make, my husband isn't a big fan of some of the ingredients. So I do still feed my husband, so don't think that I don't, but I do. I still feed him. It's just he's a very particular eater. He's not picky or anything. He's just very particular of some things he doesn't like. So this one is also going to a friend. So that's why I'm using an aluminum 9x13. And so I can pack it and take it over to them. They don't know it yet. But again, I'm surprising a friend. So, and you can use any type of chips that you prefer. I just got Fritos. You can use, it says Doritos or tortilla chips, any kind of crunchy chips that you prefer. I just grabbed the Fritos, the original ones. And I have some refried beans, and I just wanted to show you guys which ones I got, and they were just the regular Rosarito ones. I have diced one small yellow onion. I have a 1/4 cup of sliced black olives, and like always, I'll leave the exact ingredients measurements in the description box below with the recipe as well. Diced tomato. I have 1 packet of taco seasoning. It doesn't specify, so I'm sure you could use whichever one you prefer. I just got the Taco Bell one because I thought it would be cool. Sour cream. I have shredded lettuce, 1 pound of ground beef. Here I have some green onions or chives. I have those all diced up. I have some cheddar cheese, and I have my frying pan. And that's what we're going to do first, is we're going to grab our ground beef and our onions, and we're going to get started right here. And we're going to brown our ground beef with our onions, and we'll be back. So, you know, one thing I wanted to add, guys, I do this every time I'm doing a recipe. I always think of other things that I want to add or should add or this or that. Like in my last video I did with the brownies, I wanted to try those with pretzels in the middle of the caramel, which I'm going to do next week and just try that. This I was thinking, if you guys don't or haven't used chorizo, chorizo is a Mexican sausage, and half of my family, my side of the family, is Hispanic. So we grew up using chorizo in a lot of dishes, like chili, chili spaghetti, or my aunt's favorite thing to make was chorizo and egg burritos for breakfast. And I might do a recipe, because what I did once was I did chorizo and egg taquitos. So what I would love to do with this recipe next time is mix half ground beef with half chorizo to this. I think that would be really, really good. So if you guys haven't ever tried chorizo, try it. If you guys like, from what I remember, it's a tiny bit spicy, like Italian sausage with a little kick, but if you haven't, it just, you know, hit my mind. I always do that with recipes, you know. Anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to plop in our ground beef to our, yeah, that's what we like, medium-high heat with our onions. Sorry for the noise. And we're going to cook this until the ground beef is all the way cooked through. So, and at that point, we're going to drain any grease, and then we'll be back. Okay, so now our ground beef is totally cooked. Our onions are translucent. And now our next step is to add our taco seasoning, like so, and 3/4 of a cup of water. And we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to reduce the heat, and we're going to simmer it for 5 minutes. And like always, I have my trusty ta-da KitchenAid timer, and I will set that for 5 minutes, and then we will be right back. Okay, so now that our ground beef mixture is done off to the side and cooling, we are going to add our first layer on the bottom, which is our refried beans. And it didn't suggest this, but I figured that it would be easier spreading this down if it was warmed. So I stuck it in the microwave for about 50 seconds, and it obviously made it smoother. So we're going to go ahead and plop her down in here. And this is going to be our first layer on the bottom. And this is another time where, and I have multiple minis, This is another time where a mini will come in handy. And it's just so much easier. And like I always say, the crevasses, it gets in here. Another word for crevice. I make up so many words, you guys. You have no idea. You gotta have fun in the kitchen, otherwise it gets bored. You know? You're just like, oh God, it's another chore. But then you also do have to come in here and use your best tools, which are our phalanges. Or fingers. I know, I get technical. Like when I do, so when I did my onions and my tomatoes and green onions and the olives last night, I always get fancy and I tell myself, good job on doing your mise en place. Now, that's just a fancy word for your prep. And I learned that from Amberelle, because I am a huge Whoa! See? You get so excited and you drop crap. Shit goes flying. You burn yourself like I did the other day. Anyway, like I was saying, your mise en place from Amberelle Food Network. She would not have been proud of me for doing that. But whatever. Damn it. You know, crap happens, people. As long as you don't cut yourself, you're good. So now we're going to play with our beans, our frijoles. Spread it out here. And again, I'm using the tin foil just because I am giving this to a friend. These are going to Scott and Maya. And Scott is a friend that works with my husband. And Maya is his new fiance. So congratulations, you guys, on getting engaged. And I'm very, very excited for their wedding coming up in November. Super excited for you guys. And so I'm going to prep this for them. And that way, when I take this over, I'm going to drop it off at their door. It'll be waiting for them for when they get home from work. And they can plop this in the oven. And I have instructions for them on how to cook it. And if you are going to do the same, if you're going to prep this in the morning and then stick it in the fridge and come home and do it, all you have to do is prep this as is. And I will tell you, I'll walk you through it once we get there, because it'll be the same as what I'm doing. But for now, we're going to pop the refried beans down here, if they will stick, and then we will come back for our next step. Okay, refried beans are all done. They are beautiful, and to be honest with you, what I use and work best, back with a spoon. Yep. Sometimes I will give it to you. The little doodads are not meant for the job. Another little doodad, sour cream. Okay, let's see if I don't frickin' spill this crap. So, sour la crumb, creme sour, on top of the frijoles. Sing to yourself, sing to your ingredients, sing to your oven. Make sure they know that you love them, you appreciate them. Thank you for coming and being a part of my creation. You are a work of art. Well, I'm going to make you a work of art. So, in reality, I'm making you into something pretty. Anywho's, ranting, raving, going off on something, I don't know. Okay, sour la crumb. Off you go. Spoon that. Make this look beautiful, and we'll come back to the next step. Okay, so we did our dollop of daisy. Now we're going to add our meat mixture, which I honestly caramelized. I think there's something about caramelizing onions that just, well, I never got to taste caramelized onions, but from what I hear, the caramelization process of onions makes them a little sweeter and gives them a more in-depth taste. So I like to tend to caramelize my onions, make them special. Because the people that I'm cooking for are special, so why not make the ingredients special? You know? That's what I'm saying. And Parker is super special to me. So, I know Parker doesn't get this one, but I have Parker in mind. So, that's what matters, right? Right. So, I'm going to spread this around. Which one I'm going to use? Which one? This one or... I know we're not baking, but we can keep calm. Cook on. Right? You guys have got to go check out Parker, if you already haven't, which I'm sure you guys have, but he's just so precious. He's so sweet. He's so calming to listen to. I adore him. And gosh, is he just absolutely beautiful. Ugh. Parker, I need your secrets. Your face, Your eyebrows, your eyelashes, everything. Everything about you is stunning. You're just a beautiful human being, inside and out. I'm just flicking this around. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm telling you guys, I'm a freaking space cadet in the kitchen. Which sometimes it makes a masterpiece. You know? Sometimes. Just saying. So, I'm going to keep flicking this around a bit. And then we'll come back and we'll top it with our cheddar cheese. Okay, now that our ground beef mixture is all settled down in there. And I went ahead and after I flicked it around for a while, I used the back of a fork and I kind of pressed it down into the sour cream. And we were rubbing our cheddar cheese. And it calls for 2 cups, and I grabbed a 2-cup bag. And then you can use extra, I'm sure. And we are just going to lard this. What a fun dish. Almost reminds me of like a 7-layer dip type of deal. And I'm pretty sure you could add like more things in here. Probably like, you know what else I would do? I'd probably do like maybe like a salsa. Not while you heat it, obviously, but once it's done, maybe salsa, some guacamole on here. That would be really good to it. I cannot wait to see how this turns out cooked and what Parker thinks of it, because it just looks really good. I'm sure once all this melted and is all ooey and gooey and everything like that. And this looks like it would feed a really nice, at least a family of 4. And what a great idea to have it like, where you can put it in the fridge and everything. So this is where I'm going to stop. And the instructions for this at this point is you are going to cover it, let it cool, and it's already cooled. Hey. Get in there. I'm going to cover it and I'm going to put it in the fridge until it's ready, but I'm going to put it in the fridge until I'm ready to head over there and drop it off for them. And in my little instructions, I wrote a cute little paper that I'm going to tape to the top of it. Surprise! Ta-da! And I wrote all the instructions for them. So they're going to bake it covered for 25 minutes. Remove the cover, which will be tin foil on this one, and then they're gonna bake it without the cover for 5 minutes, and then they're gonna add the toppings like I showed you in the beginning: the sliced black olives, the diced tomatoes, the green onions, and they can add more cheese if they like. It's totally up to them. And then also the chips and the lettuce and everything, they can go bonkers. And that's, you guys can do that too. Now, if you're using an aluminum pan like I am, the suggestion is, and also what I would do too, is use a cookie sheet underneath it. That way you wouldn't have to worry about any burning or spillage or anything like that. So what I would do is I would just take a cookie sheet like that, stick it on there, pop it in the oven, Bob's your uncle, hoopsie-doos, you're good to go. So this is where I'm going to stop. And then you're going to head over to Parker's channel and you're going to enjoy the mukbang eating review portion. And so am I. I'm going to pop over there too. So I want to thank you guys again for watching another episode of Should You Make It? And I mean, absolutely think you should make this. This is incredible. This is such an easy throw together, whether you're doing it right now and eating it now, or you want to do it the night before or the morning of. Put it in the fridge, come home, cook it. I think it's incredible. And absolutely, you're going to have to go over to Parker's channel and see how it tastes and how the finished product looks. And I'm going to go over there too. And Parker, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing this collab with me. You are just a sweetheart and I adore you. So thank you so much. And guys, please remember, always try to view it before you do it. And you never know. You might just find things like this. So thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. Please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. and when Parker or Carrie uploads another video. And from my kitchen to yours, you guys. Mwah.